Hello there! Today we will learn what are body measurements, how to take them, and what the most important measurements in pattern making are. As a bonus at the end of this video, you will be able to download our free ebook on how to master apparel sizing and measuring. Let's start with the basics. What are the body measurements? Body measurements refer to measuring the actual person who will wear a garment. These are different from garment measurements and can be taken manually or purchased from different body data services. Many body measurements are important to building a balanced, well-fitting garment. Some of these measurements are more important. We'll call them key or primary measurements, while others, called secondary measurements, are still a factor in pattern creation, but are less essential to the fit of the garment. How to take body measurements? To start with, you'll need to make sure you have the right tools. First of all, a flexible measuring tape. The longer the better, especially if working in tall or plus sizes. Then you'll need a second flexible measuring tape with a hook and eyes or a string to mark the natural waist. Lastly, you'll need a digital or physical copy of a measurement sheet to track and notate the measurements. You want your model to stand up straight, with shoulders and hips parallel to the ground and feet about shoulder width apart. For circumference measurements, you'll want to pull the measuring tape snugly, so there is no slack, but not so tight that it distorts the body measurement by pushing or reshaping tissue. What are the most important measurements in pattern making? The primary measurements are different depending on the type of garment you're planning to make. Here are some of the most important key measurements. Center back measurement. It refers to the center back of a garment or body along the spine. Center front measurement. It refers to the center front of a garment or body from the hollow at the bottom of the neck straight down. High point shoulder. It refers to the top point of the shoulder on either side of the neck. Head to our blog to learn more about body measurements related to pattern making for specific garment types. How to take key body measurements. The full chest is measured at the fullest point of the chest, typically along the apex, or on the full circumference of the body, parallel to the floor. The waist circumference is measured at the natural waist. It can be helpful to have the model bend to the side to mark where they bend. This is a natural waist. The full hip is measured at the fullest point of the hip, typically at the lower 1/3 of the buttocks, parallel to the floor. Across shoulders is measured from shoulder socket to shoulder socket. Sometimes it can be helpful to have the model raise and then lower their arms so you can feel the socket joint. The center front is measured vertically from the base of the neck to the natural waist along the center front of the body. Download our free ebook to learn how to take other key measurements, secondary measurements, and to use them in pattern making.